Instagram and Facebook to always chime in. If there's something I move a little too fast on, always feel free to put in the comments section like, hey Chris, you mind backing up? I want to take another look at that. I'm seriously considering it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free. Keep it PG, but otherwise, if there's something I can't answer, I'll make sure that we get our staff, our crack staff, to answer that for you. Now TikTok, if you're watching from that modality, the way it's going to work, and I have my sheet here because it gets a little bit convoluted. You're going to be on the Shop LC TikTok page. Obviously, you found us. You're going to click on the link tree. That's above an email. Click on live stream. You're going to go down to the fourth option, at which point you are going to scroll down to the comments section, hit shop all right, on the left hand to view all the products on the live stream. That's going to be able to take you to where you need to go to be able to procure your item, to be able to find out any necessary information. You also have some more detailed pictures and things like that, and pictures of the model wearing whatever piece of jewelry it may be. For Instagram and Facebook, much easier for you guys. It's just going to be in the comments section. You will put sold 101. For example, the first item I'm going to show you here today is this beautiful cushion cut ring. This is a fire opal ring. This will be sold 101. The next item will be sold 102 presumably, so on and so forth. Pretty simple stuff. So put that in the comment section. That'll then redirect you to the website. I do want to point out one little small thing today, and I usually like to keep this sort of hush-hush because most of the time we are given the lowest prices guaranteed, whether they've been on television or been here at Shop LC Livestream. But today there's a code, SAVE, which I can't make any promises, but that code may allow you to get an additional 25% off. And if that happens, you've really hit the money because these are already super low. All right, that being said, let's talk a little bit about fire opal. A lot of people aren't as familiar with fire opal. When we think opal, we think the play of color variety of opal, right? Your lightning ridge, your Cooper Pedy, your Ethiopian opal. Well, fire opal, this of course is Mexico's national gemstone, is going to give you a really rich, robust, in some cases it's going to be more on the yellow side, a little bit more on the red side, and in some cases more on the cherry side. We've got a little bit of everything, the best of all worlds. Think of it in terms of like an amethyst. There might be a little bit more darker, richer amethyst, like a Siberian type amethyst, those real deep Concord grapes, and then there might be more of a Rose de France, and then somewhere in between, and then there's going to be a lot of the Moroccan material, which has got little flashes and this and that. So ditto that with the different varieties of the fire opal. So we've got a little something for everybody. We're going to be in all different price budgets, but everything's going to be very affordable. That being said, let's go into the first item here. Now what we have here is going to be 2 carat tin. One of the things I want to point out to you is that when we talk about opals, it's not extremely dense gemstone. Think of like a diamond. A diamond is like almost, it's pure carbon, right? So it's going to be very dense, very heavy, and the smaller the stone will probably have a higher carat weight. So when you look at opals, for example, this one being a 2 carat tin, we might think, okay, well that's a decent size, and not expect it to be as large as it is. We're borderline cocktail ring size here. Take a look at this, 2 carat tin, but you've got a big representation, large cushion there, lots of real estate in terms of your millimeter width. This one probably going to be around 800, 700, 600, somewhere out in the retail world. We had it at estimated retail value about $6.99, so that's about spot on for what you're going to find this material. And you're not finding it quite as much out in the retail world. I know Mexico's had some difficulties mining some material. I know they're down in South America now. They've got some other deposits, but those are not plentiful. So you're not getting as much of it, and that's the reason why you haven't seen us do a real full, robust day on fire opal here recently. In the past, we would have done, do like a half day or several hours. We just don't have the material in, and it's very difficult to source. So a lot of this sourcing has been happening over the course of 6 months, as it typically does. Sometimes it takes years of sourcing. But ladies and gentlemen, suffice to say, you've got about a $700 ring. Maybe you get it for $500, but it doesn't matter because today you're getting it for $99. You've got budget pay on this one. It's going to be $20. Budget pay, of course, is just, it's not any kind of credit card, so it's available to anybody. It's basically, you pay $20 today, and then, 66 cents for the remaining 4 months, and you've got it. There's no interest payments whatsoever. So if you want to stretch out the dollars, that's kind of the route to go. And we do have kind of a lot of nice sets. We're gonna really tie a lot of these together. So that's something to consider if you want to sort of stretch your budget out. And you know, most of us are on budgets, or we should be. But if you want to kind of, you know, paint outside the lines, and then take advantage of that budget paint. Now this is available in a 6, 7, a 9, and a 10. Okay. You are going to have what looks like white zircon. Take a look at this. So this one's more on the sort of, I'd say, the yellowish to orangish side, but you've got excellent color, deep, rich, big representation here. Can we scroll down? The only one we don't have is the size 8, friends, but we didn't get a whole lot of these in. So you're talking about a minimum carat weight of about a carat 66, and again, not a very dense gemstone is opal, so that's going to give you more of the look. A good rule of thumb is just kind of multiply times 2, just to give you the kind of the size. So it's giving you the look of about a 3 carat on that carat 66 center stone. You've got it surrounded by white zircon. We never want to confuse those, and I always make this distinction with zirconia. Zircon is, of course, a genuine gemstone. Typically, the white zircon are going to be all natural. Sometimes there'll be a little bit of heat treatment to clean them up, but it's going to give you the look of a very clean diamond and a near colorless diamond, typically, if done properly. And these are done properly. Look, you've got these beautiful sort of emerald cut baguettes on either side. There's 2 of those, sort of tapering down. You've got a nice row of white zircon there, and another row on the corresponding side. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a classic look, but it's a little bit of a different twist because they put these baguettes in here, right? It's really kind of just spruce it up a little bit. They almost look like they're tension set there. There's probably prongs set on either side, but very, very nice. Going to give you a classic, almost a deco style look because you do have a lot of symmetry there. Sold 101. Now I'm going to hold this up on my fingers. I don't have the most attractive fingers, obviously. I just want to give you guys an idea of scale. I've got pretty big hands. So to give you an idea, this is pretty large stone, absolutely beautiful. You've got really nice vibrancy on that stone and nice little embers that you're seeing in there. And good clarity too. A lot of times you're going to see, when you see fire opal, it's going to be a little bit more milky, a little bit more on the sleepy side. This one is extremely clean. It almost looks more like a spessartine garnet, like a mandarin garnet, if you guys are familiar with that. But it's just beautiful, and these are nice little yellow embers. All right, so we're going to move on. I know I spent a lot of time on that one. And folks, you'll have to bear with me. I'm still sort of battling with whether, I don't know if it's a head cold or if it's a little bit of allergies. I think it's probably the latter, but I feel great. It's just that I don't sound great, and I might occasionally have to take a little sniffle break. But bear with me, and we are going to have a fantastic show. So take advantage of that. Now, we got you the ring. Why don't we get the matching earrings? These are gorgeous. So you've got a cushion cut with that ring. I think these are going to match up perfectly. They look like they're cut from the same rough. These are going to be 2 carat 25 total weight. Got nice articulation with those. The big disc backs on those are going to be post and friction. And let me do this, if I may. DJ, where is our white
I see
board?
it.
Oh, it is filthy. How dare you? I'm just kidding. This is going to be fun. I just want you guys to be able to see that rich color, and I don't want them to be dangling too much. So for TikTok, guys, check that out. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, going to be the great, an excellent addition if you just got that $99 ring. Friends, these are $97.99. $97.99. And you could tell that we've been given special pricing on these. I imagine they're typically going to go back up to an everyday price of probably around $129 after today. We're guaranteed these prices for about 24 hours, okay? Or for exactly 24 hours. Sometimes they'll stick around at that price, but typically they're going to bounce back up. And it may not be a lot, it may be a lot. But I imagine these, because we've got a kind of a sort of a cattywampus budget pay. The budget pay on this is $19.60. Typically it's going to be a round number, like a $20 or $15, something like that. So that tells me that you're getting a really, really low price on these that typically we wouldn't go as low as that. So take advantage of it. Now these are also going to have the white zircon accompanying with it. Again, giving you the look of diamonds. White zircon is a doubly refractive gemstone, so it's like the light will go in and then it will split into 2, so very highly refractive, and just really does give you the look of diamonds. And it's a genuine gemstone, so everything that you're looking at here, from the opals, those are going to be all natural. The white zircon, again, mostly all natural. She's talking about genuine gemstones all throughout, and of course that look, the look of diamonds. They look expensive because you do have that vermeil. So you can have at least 2.5 microns of yellow gold on top of already precious metal. So you're getting something really fantastic here, folks. Something that easily could go for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 at the retail level. But we don't do that here. And a lot of you might be asking, well, how are you able to do that then, Chris? What's the catch? I understand, because I ask that question all the time, like how, why are we going so low? How is this particular gemstone, these exotic gemstones that we have so often here, how are we able to do these so low? Well, the answer is somewhat simple and somewhat, I'll give you the simple version. Our parent company, who's based out of Jaipur, India, is one of the larger manufacturers of jewelry in the world. We also have partnerships in Indonesia, Bali, all throughout the world, right? So we're in years, culminated literally probably thousands of years between all the relationships and everything we've developed over the years. We've got economies of scale because we are one of the largest manufacturers of jewelry. And we've made those connections to get this rough, this hard to find, this very exotic material. So we're able to get it at a price, and they're very, very hardcore negotiators, I will say that much. We're able to get it at a price that's very affordable to us. We then typically pass that savings on to you. So you're cutting out a lot of the middlemen that you might be used to dealing with whenever you buy something at the retail level. Like when you buy something at the mall, or a little kiosk at the mall, or even a more high-end jeweler. Typically they're gonna go through a number of people, and each one of those people have to sort of wet their beak or get their portion. A lot of middlemen. We almost go direct to the source. So that's the reason why when you see some of these items at what seem like impossibly low prices, there's no catch. It's just that you're basically getting it direct from the source. Fair enough? All right, so we're gonna move on. That was sold 102 on the earrings. And on TikTok, I've been watching you guys, but they keep scrolling up. I'm glad a lot of you are joining us. I thought I saw a comment earlier. DJ, just let me know if I missed it.
Yeah.
But you're pretty much on top of the Facebook and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move on, folks. This is a nice size pendant. Look at that. Look at that opal. Now, this is going to be the perfect addition. This is going to kind of round out the set, right? So we got you the ring, sold 101, right? We got you the matching cushion cut earrings. Now this is a trillion, but again, similar in the color hue, right? Sort of a light orange, almost like a very, very much reminiscent of sort of a spessartite garnet color, and excellent clarity, which again, not super common when we're talking about the fire opal, but this one is absolutely beautiful. You've got like a laser cut, which gives it a really beautiful radiance. You've got a very wasteful cut. When we talk about a trillion, this one, friends, this is something special. It's very, very large. It's 3 carat 50. It shows, again, remember that rule of thumb where you kind of multiply times 2 to sort of give you what the carat weight would look like in terms of like maybe a diamond, for example. Because this is going to cover a lot of real estate in terms of millimeter look. It is going to come with a chain. Again, we've got the vermeil. So you do have genuine gold on top of precious metal. So you've got noble or precious metal in gold on top of precious metal, sterling silver. So a very, very valuable piece that you're getting today, not for $12.99, which is where our starting price is at. And of course, we're not going to do that starting price. That's a suggested retail price. Maybe you could find it out there for $8.50, $7.50, something like that, if you're lucky. But you're getting it today for $229. $229. This, look, is it bail to bottom? Is it the largest pendant that you're ever going to see? Not necessarily, but it is substantial. I dare say this would be a cocktail ring if it was on a solitaire, right? Or if it was in a ring form. It's a big boy. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, it looks like it was cut from the same rough as the last, which is why I'm so happy that DJ decided to put these together. That was a good call. It's going to be just shy, or right at an inch from bail to bottom, okay? You guys getting a good look? There we go for TikTok and for Instagram. It's always very difficult. Instagram and Facebook and everybody on the website. You know what I think we should do? We should probably start having the picture face out. That way I can see what I'm doing with the main. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Going forward in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, $229. A little bit more substantial in terms of the price, but again, you're getting a more substantial center stone. Can we scroll down to the bottom there, DJ? We've got $46 on the budget pay. While he's doing that, $46 on the budget pay is going to get this home. So on the two previous items, I think we had a $19.60 budget pay. We had a $20 budget pay. All right. So if you were to take advantage of those with the earrings, right, with the ring, well, that puts you up to about $40. And then on this one, you've got about a 40 and some change in terms of your budget pay. So you're going to keep it all under $100 if you utilize that budget pay. Again, 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. So we got 3 carats on the trillion here, which you don't often see it cut into a trillion, which I'm a huge fan of trillion. It's one of my favorite cuts. You get a lot of sparkle, a lot of brilliance, and it's kind of a wasteful cut, much like a round brilliant. But it's one of the leaders in the clubhouse in terms of my favorite cut. I think it's just gorgeous. It's an excellent way to showcase really fine gemstones, and it just makes everything look so symmetrical and so beautiful. This one's going to be 11 millimeters, so you do have a big, bold look on that stone. Again, we're talking about, this time it's going to be moissanite. So let's talk about that for just a quick second. Moissanite, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck in terms of sparkle, in terms of brilliance, radiance, all these things. Very much the equivalent, with a little bit of rainbow dispersion, but very much the equivalent of, say, like a VVS2 diamond, if done properly, near colorless to colorless. At their best, they look and sparkle better than even a deflawless diamond. It is a lab-created gemstone. It's not an inexpensive gemstone, though. You're talking about something that does take quite some time to develop. It's the exact chemical makeup as the very rare stone, which was discovered by Henri Moisson in 1893 in Canyon El Diablo. He was searching around. This is a French scientist that was searching around for different rock specimens in this big meteorite crater. And he came upon what I'm assuming he probably thought was just a really sparkly diamond, very small amount though. They later came to find out as testing sort of progressed over the years that it was not in fact a diamond. It was what's called moissanite, extremely rare. They haven't found it in any significant sizes in order to really facet it and make it into any significant jewelry. I think the largest that they've ever found was like only a couple millimeters in Israel. But suffice to say, they were able to, about 100 years later, they were able to chemically recreate the exact stone, and it's still more of an art than it is a science, from what I'm told. But we have the art down with our people, and they create some of the most beautiful moissanites. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, and it's not an inexpensive gemstone. Keep that in mind, but it does give you that look of sort of deflawless diamonds there surrounding it. $229. I know I've taken a lot of time on this just because it's the opening set, and I can't encourage you strongly enough that when you get the similar hue, that's the time when you want to try to get that full set, right? Because all of these look like they were cut from the same rough. They all look like they came, and they did. In fact, I believe this is all the Bariti material. So you're getting something very special here. Now we'll get to that bracelet here in just a little bit. We're going to move on. This was, again, sold 103. That's going to be your pendant, and keep in mind you are getting that with that vermeil chain, so it's going to come along with that. That's about $129 value right there when we talk about the vermeil chain. Okay, all right. So anybody want some studs? Round cut studs. These are spectacular. These are excellent. Again, we've got the Bariti material. You've got moissanite surrounding these. Going to give you a big, bold look. Excellent. Classic look here. And that sunburst design. Sunburst. That is the ideal. This is going to be sold 104. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of these do we have?
We have 19.
Okay, so we're very limited on these. I'm going to encourage you strongly to take advantage of this, because you're looking at a pair of studs here. A carat 50. It shows more like probably a carat 50 each, right? Look at those. Gentlemen, if you have your ears pierced, I'm going to say go for it. I think absolutely, 100%. If I did, I would totally rock these. Because, I mean, the halo's not super pronounced, but it does add just a really nice flow to those. And of course, a round cut, that's my favorite cut. And it's statistically probably the most popular cut. It's excellent for studs too, because you know if an oval gets kind of shifted around, not that there's anything wrong with an oval stud, but if it gets shifted around a little bit, they can be sideways, east-west. Rounds are always going to look fantastic. They're always going to show maximum sparkle and brilliance if cut properly, obviously. But these, ladies and gentlemen, are a steal at $59.99. Now you have a $12 budget pay, and I mean, you could probably get maybe a burger, fries, and a Coke for $12 these days. Maybe not. But you can get something that's going to last you a lifetime, something that you can pass down, quite frankly, to generations yet unborn. You've got a very, very rare gemstone in this beautiful Bariti material. You've got that gorgeous, all natural fire opal. And I haven't mentioned this yet, and so shame on me, but ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody who has an October birthday, my brother's born October 1st. I remember when we were kids, he had a little, it was an Australian white opal. And like kind of little pin fires, and we were just enamored with this, the play of color. I'll never forget that. And I thought it was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It's one of the most beautiful gemstones. This obviously is a different type material, but it is going to be your October birthstone. So $59.99. Look, you've got 19 of them. Most of what you're going to see today too, and I should point this out, a lot of these are going to be last in stock opportunities. Many of them, and I haven't really done this because, DJ, did we get the sheets for me?
I have a note there.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Because when we have 19, I'm kind of okay with it unless it's a really great deal. This is a really great deal. So this is that time when I say, hey, look, get a pair of studs for yourself. Maybe think about getting them for a friend, perhaps who has an October birthday, or just somebody who likes a really beautiful gemstone. I'm very bullish. Now, I just moved to Austin, Texas here about a year and a half ago, 2 years, something like that. And one of their colors here, the Texas Longhorns, is like a burnt orange. So I'm really bullish on orange. I don't know if it's because of that or because it's so in the zeitgeist. Like orange gemstones are super hot right now, much like pink gemstones were, just last year with I guess that film that came out and all the fanfare that surrounded that, and really kind of gave a boost to the rose gold industry and the pink gold industry and anything, all pink gemstones. Like a buddy of mine that owns a jewelry store couldn't keep anything in pink. Orange gemstones are super hot right now, or fiery gemstones. So fire opal at $59.99, very difficult to find. You get it today, but we've only got 19 of them. Now I'm going to let you know whenever we're down to like maybe 10 or less. If we're in the single digits, I'm not going to push anybody. I don't want to hard sell anybody, right? If you love something, you love it. If you don't, you don't. I totally get that. But what I will say is whenever we get down to like a side, like there's only 3 of them, then I'm going to say, okay, if in fact you do love said item, whatever we might be on, I am going to kind of hard sell you. I'm going to say you probably want to jump on that at that point, because if we're only down to 3 and it's a really great deal, most of these will be really great deals today, then that's when you kind of need to move, like yesterday, you know what I mean? ASAP. So we're going to move on. These are fantastic. 19 of them available. Rounds, very desirable. Nice big millimeter look on those. They're going to be about 8 millimeters, and they're sensational. Beautiful halo of moissanite. Classic look. Can't go wrong. Look how beautiful these are on the model. Yeah? Yeah. All right. Loving them. I think these would be fine. Now, they're not going to be in the vermeil, but I will say that I think they would go fine with the previous item, because, again, you do have that similar hue. All right? You do have that similar hue. It's almost more of a golden orange, I would say. Sensational, though. Love it. All right, so we've gotten you a couple pairs of earrings, some different options, right? We've traversed that territory, but now these are going to be great with that pair of earrings too. But we haven't given you a bracelet opportunity yet, have we? We should do that. We're going to do that. This is Soul 105. Got a big lobster claw clasp on it. Again, the Bariti Fire Opal. This is going to be sort of a past, present, and future style design, because you have the 3 rounds. You have, again, the very desirable round, yeah? Statistically, the most popular cut in the world, round brilliant. And let's see. So we got about 20 of these too. But what I love what they did with this though, they kind of mixed it up a little bit. Now they've got the vermeil, okay? So you've got yellow gold over sterling silver. It's going to be a minimum of 2.5 microns. Typically we'll do a little bit more. We do on that, so you can count on probably closer to 3 to 4 microns on that. We want it to last you a long time, but you've got that noble metal over precious metal. You've got a beautiful sort of infinity style design here. One of the cool things that they did with this is they put it in with what we're calling brown zircon. I think they have almost a sort of an orangey look to them, like a little bit of orangish, a little bit of reddish look in those zircons. Again, zircons, we're not talking zirconium. It's a genuine gemstone, doubly refractive gemstone, yeah? Not a 7 on the most hardness scale, so a very durable gemstone. And folks, I'm loving this infinity or this sort of figure 8 style. It's like endless love. So anybody that you love, maybe you're gifting it to somebody. You've got the past, the present, and the future. It'd be an excellent anniversary gift. The crazy thing about this one is, it's a 7 1/4. That's not what's crazy about it. What's crazy about this is we're not doing this for like $300. Like I think $199 would be a shop LC price. I think that'd be like, yeah, that's a great deal. Today we're doing this for $149. Look how beautiful this is. Now guys, if you have a 7 1/4, I'd say go for it. I think it's a good look. But ladies, absolutely 100%. Big round brilliance on those, about 3 carats. Now it's gonna be all together, but again, and I'm kind of a broken record on this, you do get a big look millimeter wise from Opal because it's not as dense of a gemstone as many others happen to be. But then you've got really all genuine gemstones, all precious metal. It's pretty substantial too. I'm going to double check the length. And folks, if you just joined us and you're like, well, why does he sound so weird? What's the deal? What's going on then? Allergies, something like that. My allergies, they're going crazy. Yeah, there's some kind of apparently some kind of cedar tree or something here in Austin, which I've never had allergies. I'm sure a lot of you dealt with it, but any suggestions? I've done some kind of cold stuff, Alka-Seltzer cold something or another, but it's supposed to help with congestion. It hasn't. I know, that sounds terrible. Yeah, this is going to be a true 7 1/4. I will say, let's see, you do have a pretty large lobster claw clasp. Let me double check, because you have some kind of, there's a little smaller kind of Rolo style. Yeah, no, it's not going to be able to choke up. One thing I will say though, is if you love this bracelet, and we got about 20 of them. If you love it, again, all genuine gemstones, all natural fire opal, big bold look, fantastic, fashion forward. But if you love it, we sell extenders on the website there, Shop LC, and a lot of you are going to be redirected to that site anyway. You should have no issue finding a vermeil, or if you want to do yellow gold, you can probably find a yellow gold extender. It's going to be a little more expensive if it's solid gold, but you shouldn't have any issue finding just a little extender, which would extend this out an inch or 2, depending on how big you need it to be. So if you maybe need like an 8 1/4 or something, should not be an issue. Probably be around $20-$30 at the most, maybe even less, because I know we do them on the 10 and under day. Sometimes we'll do those little extenders, and that'll just allow you to lengthen it a little bit. Because I understand 7 1/4, it is what it is. It's it works for most, but like for example, if a guy wanted to get this, I don't see why not. It's a good looking bracelet. It works for a guy. You could absolutely. I wear about an 8 in the bracelet, or 7 3/4 I can squeeze into. So I would get an extender for something like this, but and a lot of ladies need a little bit more of an extension too. So feel free to do that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you love it, don't miss this. 20 of these left, $149, $30 on budget pay. Sold 105. Gonna go great with your pendant. Gonna go great with your sold 101. Gonna go great with your sold 102 earrings. And of course, this was the sold 103. I think it even looks fantastic because you've got the round cuts. It looks fantastic with sold 104 that we did with those earrings. All right. So we're going to move on, and that's so pretty. I'm loving that. I'm a huge fan of rounds, though. I'm partial. Rounds really They really do it for me. Davis, do we like rounds?
Love them.
What's your favorite cut? Rounds.
Rounds. We'll go with
Yes.
that.
See? Everybody loves the rounds. Statistically, the most popular. But very wasteful cut. So that's why it usually commands a premium. All right, now we've got from a round to a beautiful oval. And this is not just any oval. This is a big boy. This is a big boy. This is this. Oof. Okay, so full disclosure, I did not have a chance to see this before the show. I mean, I kind of I did a walk around, but in the sheets that I typically get, there'll be a small thumbnail, and I would have thought, okay, that's nice, until you see it in person. You're like, whoa, this is spectacular. Now, are we sure? Yeah, we are. It's going to look slightly different, or at least it does to me. Am I missing something? It's the exact same setup. It's just, it looks like this one has the black rhodium, which this one does too, I guess. There's my jeweler's loop. I don't need a jeweler's loop to see the center stone. I'm basically just looking at the black rhodium, because in this representation here, it looks slightly different than this does to me, and that's just me. But I do think it's the same, because everything else appears to be exact. Let's see, natural champagne diamonds. Okay, those are champagne diamonds. Yes, yes. Do you think, yeah. It's just that this is definitely showing the black rhodium prongs, and that doesn't appear to have the prongs. Almost like the look of that one better.
Yeah.
It's going to be slightly different though. I'm going to go out I'm going to make an executive call here.
Yeah, I think.
Am I imagining that?
I think they might have actually gave us the wrong one, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, folks, we may have a little hiccup there, in which case we'll probably move on to the next one, unless you can figure out which one that is, because I'd love to show that, because it's so pretty. It's a good-looking pendant.
I mean, it's saying.
Everything else appears to be the same. That's a 3 carat 50, and yeah. So, okay. I say let's show it to them.
Okay.
All right, but with the caveat. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to misrepresent. But what I will say is I feel like these are going to be white diamonds, perhaps some champagnes in there, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that these will be champagne diamonds, but they're not going to have the black rhodium. That's all things being equal, with minus the black rhodium. So I'm just going to give it a quick showing, just because I've kind of teased it and I feel terrible if you're like, well, come on, let's see it. All right, so I'll let you see it. So we've got about, let's see, 25 points on the champagne diamonds, 3 carat 25 on the fire opal. That sounds spot on, and it looks other than the black rhodium, which is represented in the photograph here. Are there different pictures on the website there?
It's just the one.
Okay, well, it's going to take you to here. Let's just take a look at this, folks. Do you see what I'm seeing? So this is for TikTok. Now you do have what appear to be champagne diamonds, yes, but it's just you have the what appears to be sort of a platinum pronged, right, or like a rhodium pronged, as opposed to the black rhodium pronged, which make those in the picture make the champagne diamonds almost look like black diamonds.
Yeah.
So other than that, all things appear to be equal in terms of the design, which is fantastic. You've got all these baguettes. You basically have a double halo of these sort of staggered baguettes. Very, very pretty. Kind of gives it a different take on the halo as well. You've got a 20-inch vermeil chain, so that's exactly the same. All the measurements and the millimeter widths are going to be the same. It's just that it doesn't have the black rhodium, which you're seeing here in your prongs. Now, I like black rhodium, don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like this is done with white rhodium prongs. The rest of it's going to be in vermeil. So again, we got the 2.5 microns of gold over precious metal, over sterling silver. but everything else is going to be exactly the same. It's about a $1,500 item, folks. You're getting it for $299. I almost like the look of this one better, quite frankly, though, if I'm being completely honest. The stone is sensational. Look how beautiful that is. Big, big stone there. Coming in at about 3 carats, I would say. You've got actual champagne diamonds. So we're talking natural, more than likely going to be your Argyle Mine champagne diamonds as well. So that's one of those, when we talk about colored diamonds, champagne diamonds probably have the most room for growth in terms of going up and up, and that we're starting to sort of see that in the expensive, the price tag on the champagne diamonds has kind of gone through the roof here in the last couple of years. Obviously that mine closed down, the Argyle Mine, where a lot of your champagne diamonds that we've gotten sourced over the years have come from. So you're not going to see them as much. So you've got an element of scarcity there. You've got an element of supply and demand. There's still big demand for these diamonds. In fact, more than ever. There's just not the supply of them because that was a mine that closed down around, I think, November 3rd, 2020. I know that because it's my dad's birthday. But yeah, folks, you got an opportunity here. This is fantastic, $299. But again, I do want to make the caveat that, and I'm going to show it to you again just because I feel like the picture on the website slightly misrepresents with the black rhodium. But other than that, all things being equal. Can we scroll down? I want to give them the carat weight on the diamonds because all that's going to be exactly the same here too. It's probably a situation, friends, where they had 2 different types of them, where they had the champagne with the black rhodium and then they had one without, and they just mixed the 2 up. It happens when you deal with thousands and thousands of items and merchandise. 3 carat 25 on the carat weight. That's a 12 by 10, so a big boy there on your center stone. And then the champagne diamonds, you're going to have about 25 points. Could you scroll down just a little further? And yes, so 25 points in total, and it's going to give you a very rich, robust, and beautiful double halo there with those sort of micro baguettes, micro pave baguettes. Gorgeous, gorgeous look. Lots of detailed work here too, though, when we talk about those prongs. All right, so I'm going to move on just because I feel like that's not quite exactly what we have in the picture, but it is all the same dimensions, all things being equal, other than the black rhodium, I would say. All right, that said, we're going to kind of shift gears here because I feel like this next item is going to give you a really boutique look. If I can find them.
You not seen it?
Am I missing something?
Should be there because I know we have it. You know what? Hold on.
Inconceivable. Well, it's a good time for me to reset. About halfway through the show, typically we want to tell you all how it works. So if you've been watching, maybe you just found us, you just stumbled upon us, I want to welcome you to the Shop LC live stream here. Friends, if you're watching on TikTok, I typically do you guys first because it's a little bit more of a process. Not that difficult though. You're going to be on the Shop LC TikTok page. You're going to click on the link tree that's going to be above the email. You're going to click on the live stream. That's going to be your 4th option. You're then going to scroll down to comments. You're going to hit Shop All on the left hand to view all the products on the live stream. Okay? And then it's going to take you, it's going to redirect you to the website where you'll then see detailed pictures, and hopefully they'll be the right pictures. Typically they are. And it'll have all the information in order for you to procure your item that you might love and find out the information, get the pricing and all that good stuff, the budget pay if it has that. If you're watching on Instagram and Facebook, very simply, this next item, for example, is going to be item sold 107. We don't have that up quite yet. Oh, you're a pro. Love it, love it. DJ is Johnny on the spot. These are fantastic. Whoa, talk about boutique. So this is item sold 107. So if you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Instagram, you're gonna, in the comment section, put sold 107. All right, the item we did before this was 106. The item we'll do after this is presumably gonna be sold 108. So sold 108 in the comment section. All right, look at these. These are sensational. You've got something really, really special with these. They look like they came out of a showroom. Rodeo Drive. Steve, what's your equivalent of Rodeo Drive or like Fifth Avenue in
Australia?
In Australia? Somewhere in Sydney? Somewhere.
Victoria Building?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shall I come in?
Steve, come on in.
Woo! Woo!
From down under.
Down under.
Welcome, Steve.
Good to see you, Chris.
Excellent,
So,
excellent.
what do we have in Sydney? We have We have the Rodeo Drive of Sydney, or the kind of, yeah. We have shopping centres more in Australia that have like the luxury selections of, you know, the big brands and big names.
Okay.
And jewellery, funny enough, in Australia is very expensive.
That's what I've heard.
Even though loads of it comes from there. You know, you've got gold and you've
I heard
got...
the pink diamonds are...
Oh man,
insane.
they are ridiculous. I was saying this every time I'm on air. We sell like 1 carat of pink diamonds for, I don't know, $500, $600, $700, $1,000. They're 12 grand in Australia for an equivalent, which is maybe $8,000 US dollars.
Okay.
So yeah, we sell pink diamonds for a lot more. But what are we selling now? Fire
Oh,
Opal.
yeah, so these, I'm saying, these look completely, but don't they look like they came out, like they'd be in the window?
Okay. Should I just say this, and I mean this with all due respect to Shop LC?
Sorry. I'm like showing you.
These do not look like we made them, and I mean that with due respect. I just got back from Rodeo Drive. I was just in Los Angeles. Yeah, I was just there. I was checking out everything that they've got, and you know what? These look like any of that big. These look
Don't
very...
they really? They to me they look super. They look like being like Tiffany and Company.
They look very Tiffany. They look very
Look at that.
Van Cleef. They look all of those big brands. They look gorgeous.
So Steve are you going to do a couple of live streams? Or just
I'm only here for a couple of days.
Okay.
I'm here for a few days, so I'm not doing. I did one live stream when I was here last time, but yeah, let's have a look. These look
fantastic, aren't they?
Is that
multi-gemstone?
Is that an emerald?
I'm gonna say
it looks like an emerald
or a
or
grandiderite, maybe.
Oh my god, it looks
We're
good.
about to get to the bottom.
We're gonna find out.
Colombian emerald, of course.
Oh my
Holy
gosh!
smoke.
This is how much are these?
These are only $179.
These would cost you. You pay 10 grand for these. I feel like you'd pay 10 grand. If I saw a $10,000 price tag on this, I would be like,
When I see an emerald, anytime and you probably
That's
agree with
nice.
me, anytime I see a green gemstone,
yeah.
nothing goes better with it than gold. It really accentuates the color.
It's
But
that
golden color of the fire opal
Is amazing.
it works. Like if you told me this in theory, I'd be like emerald and a fire opal. I don't know. But in practice, in practice, it's beautiful.
I don't know if I've ever seen an emerald with a fire opal.
I don't think
I've ever seen one. And I've sold a lot of emeralds, a lot of fire opal, but not the two together. These are gorgeous. Look at that. These suit me.
That's the new you, I think.
179. See, this is...
And they got the lever backs.
This is where you and I have the most difficult job in the world. Because we are literally, our job is to tell people why these are worth what they're worth. These are not worth $179.99.
No, they're not.
These
Not
are
at
worth
all.
significantly more.
I think our estimated retail value is very low. I think it should have probably a 1 in front of it. Especially if you're in that Rodeo Drive where you were just at.
These might be
fancy.
the most impressive fire opal earrings I've ever sold.
I think so too.
See, I'm not selling them, you are.
Well, they got Colombian emeralds, genuine Colombian emeralds. Colombian emeralds command a premium. I think it's like Burmese, it's like Burma.
The reason I
rubies.
was thrown is because you don't get very much, you don't get that kind of clarity in normal emeralds, right? These emeralds are so sought after, and these are Colombian emeralds.
I'm going to show it to him again.
Man, that is huge.
When I show it to him, I don't know if you're planning on doing one of these, but when I show it to him, I like to show it with the white background here.
Yeah.
And I like to clean it off beforehand.
Well, it's good for a white background to be white,
Yeah.
rather than dirty.
It would be ideal, wouldn't it?
You know, that's what they're for.
So we want to show TikTok.
Well, black background.
That's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I should have given a good wipe down beforehand.
Yeah, that's all right.
These are fantastic. You're right. These are the most extravagant.
They are.
Fire opal.
They're the best I've seen. I'm telling you right now. And these absolutely scream designer.
No.
It's a perfect. These are gorgeous. I'm actually really tempted to. You know me.
Look, you can get it for $36 budget pay.
Yeah, it's good. These are gorgeous.
I'm gonna try to get you the count here.
I'm genuinely very, very, very impressed. Wow.
I think that is the new year.
I shouldn't sound so shocked. Sorry, we love our. It's just,
yeah, you're like, these don't look like they're made.
These don't look like we made them, and I love our designs. We've got a great style. Don't get me wrong, but when you go, like we were just in Los Angeles, Rodeo Drive, walked around. When you look in the windows, even here at the Domain, now we were looking through the shops and the windows, and they were like gorgeous, beautiful brands and exclusive. You'd have walked in, price upon request. These look like they should be in the window. You said
100% Rodeo Drive.
They are stunning. Wow.
Fifth Avenue. See, all right. So now we're matching.
We're matching.
Yeah, I was burning up anyway.
It's casual dress day.
Yeah.
Ish. Live streams. Well, normally when I do my shows, I'm obviously not here in person, as you know.
Right. Of course.
I'm at home. So for me to actually be in trousers or pants is really unusual.
Like
I'm normally in shorts.
Really?
Because all you see is the top part.
Yeah. So why would you? Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Very
All right.
nice.
So loving those. Look, folks, we have about 20 of those. Stick around. Can you stick around?
Yeah,
a little bit?
sure.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So we're gonna move on. That was sold 107, and especially since my voice is sort of
Oh yeah,
Leave something to be desired. I'm not sick though.
No, okay,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
good.
I'm pretty sure it's allergies, so no worries.
Everyone talks about allergies here in Austin. So whenever I jump on my producer and I can hear like, oh god, the allergies, and they don't feel very well.
Yeah, but I've always been like, no. I'm like, no, it's beautiful. It's clear skies. But yeah, there is some kind of weird. What is it? A cedar tree?
There's cedar.
Some kind of
There's
cedar, some special cedar
all
tree.
sorts of stuff around here.
Right.
That's the voice of Jennifer behind.
They
Oh, the mother
all know
Jennifer?
who I am.
They all know.
They
who you
know
are.
me.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
They know
now,
me. I'm just trying to.
we're going from
Give
one
you guys
boutique design
Well,
look.
okay.
Yeah, look, and I'm not just
Yeah.
saying this is boutique design look because we just had one that was boutique design look. But look at that. Are we serious?
What?
Buckle style design here. This is a certified appraised.
That is amazing.
The thing about it, Steve, this is solid 14 karat gold.
Okay.
We're not talking vermeil, we're not talking overlay, which is fine, and I love that because that makes items more affordable. You've got that rich cherry color to the fire over here. This commands a premium.
You talk about Chanel and those big brands. I mean, this is exactly
that buckle style.
Buckle style, blue box store, red box store. This is what they do. They do this and charge you 10 grand. I mean, it's extraordinary. I am shocked by these designs.
Okay, so this absolutely. Look, and I'm completely honest with people. Whenever our estimated retail value, they're usually very low. I think this one's on a little bit higher end side. I think that's a little bit too high, actually. So I'm going to be completely honest with people. I don't think $14,999, but I definitely think $8 to $10,000 for something like this because this is that color. Where did it go?
Here.
This is that color that commands a premium. When we talk about fire opal, the cherry, that rich, deep, reddish cherry color, that commands a premium.
I'd wear this two ways. You could wear it with the ring, obviously, but if you turn it around, it all of a sudden just becomes
It's a cool band ring.
the band ring, which is cool. I mean, you might not do that, but that's pretty cool.
Well, if you want to be more low key, more like conservative,
The thing about these stones, which is again we get used to it, Chris, is that we literally have the best. The emeralds are the best.
Mhm.
This fire opal, this isn't normal. You don't go just to shops and look at. This is the best money you can buy.
This is next level.
It doesn't make sense, and that's with every piece here that we pick up and we showcase to you. But this is all about design for me because having a great gemstone is one thing, but if it's design rubbish, what's the point?
Right.
But having that for me is the game changer.
Yeah.
I've sold a lot of these solitaires, but this kind of
Right, yeah. So we can get this, but this does give it a classic look, right? So you've got classic meets modern chic boutique with that buckle style. So it's like the marriage, the best of both worlds, and then you've got the top end premium quality. Folks, it's only $999.
I was going to say, how much is it? $999. Okay.
Okay, so look at just the ring that you just showed, minus that premium cherry.
What's that?
Cherry fire opal.
I'm doing that thing. See, look at that.
So
that would cost you
Easily.
$1,000
Easily.
in those designer sorts. That, and then we go, oh look, let's throw in a free opal. What is it, moissanite or diamonds? Diamonds.
That's just, yeah. Of
I
course.
thought that was so good. I thought it was moissanite, but that's actually diamonds.
Those are blinding white
Man,
diamonds.
these are these are like the two best fire opal pieces I've seen.
Yeah,
I don't do many of these shows.
So we've got the so we're at
That's
what are we at?
amazing.
We're triple A. This is for that, right? Yeah, we're at triple A quality. So you're in the top 5 percentile.
Yeah.
So think of it in terms of if I don't know, I know we're not apples to apples, but if we're talking about when we talk about tanzanite. If you're lighter shades, but then when you start getting to the
This
richer,
is the quad A tanzanite version.
This is the triple. What's triple A?
Yeah.
Well, you can make an argument.
But it's subjective. It's like an emerald. I mean, emeralds are different shades and colors.
Right.
So does fire opal. You've got the lighter color and the darker color. Some
They're
people
all beautiful,
but
though.
some people prefer this fire opal, which
Right.
is lighter color.
Which is more, which
Compared
is
to
equivalent more of a cornflower.
So you're absolutely right. It's jewelry is perspective, and it's this is what people love about it. This is why you can always demand what price you want. There's always someone that will pay it.
Right, and well, especially when you talk about this material, it is a little bit more rare to come by. The more when you get to redder hues, obviously you're commanding a premium just because it's more rare to see that deep, rich color. I mean, this is almost like a cherry red, just the way they describe it.
So that appraisal's $3,500. That makes more sense. There you go.
Yes. Okay.
So our website has gone by a very generic kind of estimated retail placement. The official is $3,500. Now I think that's actually a bit low. Isn't it funny? It's finding the balance.
And that's the reason. And folks, we should tell the people that AGI is a third party. They're not affiliated with us, and we typically use them because they do come out with more conservative. We'd rather under promise and over deliver. Or I would, and that's typically what we do with them. They usually come up with a very conservative estimate. I think if you were to go out and get this appraised on your own, I think it's going to be closer to that $7,000 or $8,000 mark. maybe 6,000. But you never know. Get it home, get it appraised. You have 30 days to make up your mind.
That's it.
$999. You've got a $200 budget pay. This is available in size 7 through 10. I think this is one of those that if it gets a showing on television during prime time, I think these are gone because we've only got 11 of them. I mean, we're last in stock.
The good thing about these live streams is that we have some of the smallest quantities,
Mhm.
but some of the best products.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might not even run this on it. I mean, they probably would.
I think they could.
But my
because
point is,
$999 could pay for the airtime.
when you've got the limited numbers, they normally think, okay, let's just reserve this for the website. So on TV, you might not see it. So
Right.
some of the best finds and you'll buy are literally going to be live streams, without a doubt.
100%, 100%. And we're guaranteed the lowest
Yeah.
prices, whether they've been on television, and sometimes even lower than they've been on television.
Yes.
Oh, also, I do like to point out though,
Yes.
today we have the save code. Now I can't make any promises because we're already super low, guaranteed the lowest price. But if you use that code, sometimes a couple things fall through the cracks. So I
Yeah.
encourage you guys out there, when you go to check out for any of these items, you did get a fantastic deal. But if you can get an additional 25%, maybe not. Sometimes it's like 25% of them that we have available.
Yeah.
They'll fall through the cracks, and you'll be able to get another 25% off, and then you're cooking with gas. You've
Sounds
you've
good.
done it extremely well for yourself. All right, so we're gonna move on. Gosh, we spent a lot of time on that. Yeah. How are we doing on time, by the way?
Not too bad.
Cool.
Kinda like okay.
So how long? You said you're in town for what? 3 days?
Yep, few days here, checking out Austin, doing some sightseeing. I'm doing a bit of an American tour. I'm going from LA to Dallas to Austin to New York.
Ooh.
We're looking at it from west to coast, west coast, east coast.
Where are you touring here? You're gonna be doing the Barton Springs,
I'm not sure. I'm gonna
Hippie
go.
Hollow?
Sorry.
Hippie Hollow? No.
No.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about. So you lived here for a while, though.
I was here for a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
like
you
when
see
I was
the Bat Cave and what all that
no,
stuff?
I haven't seen. I unfortunately didn't see a lot because when I was here, I was working.
Yeah,
so
right.
I didn't get a lot of time.
I haven't either. A lot of it I haven't seen.
I haven't seen a lot. But we might be going to San Antonio for a day, which is going to be good.
Oh.
I'm not sure exactly where. I'm going to
You
be.
can do one of those.
That'd be cool.
One of those little gondola things like they have in Venice.
That'd be nice.
They have those there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I've seen it. I've heard about it. No.
Love Texas. It's a big state, so there's lots to
Yeah,
do.
it is. It's like its own country, right?
It's awesome.
All right. So, and we digress a little bit.
We do a bit,
Man,
that's okay.
oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen,
Nice.
these look like rubies almost.
Yeah, it's dark red. Mexican
Great.
cherry fire opal. Wow.
That is borderline. That's almost enough to make me think, hello, that's almost like a little bit pigeon blood red. It almost looks like. And not quite, but good grief. I don't think I've ever seen an opal that much rich color. All right, so we're talking 4 karat 10. And remember what I said earlier, we're not talking about an extremely dense gemstone. So don't you think a good rule of thumb with opal, whether it be, the Australian material or Ethiopian,
Yeah.
typically times 2 to give you the look of what you might get with, say, a diamond.
Yeah, good
more
point.
more dense gemstone. I
Absolutely.
think that's kind of a decent rule of thumb.
I think so.
Because this does not look like 4 karat 10. These
No.
look like 50 pointers or
They really
little
do.
30, 40 pointers. But very nice size on those. Folks, how is this possible?
Also, I love the fact as well that we put some of the stones like this into sterling silver overlay, right? More. Our competitors, anyone, cleverly would put these stones in gold, platinum,
course,
because
right.
these are such good quality stones. They
And
deserve
to
the
be in
best,
that.
right? And then we
Okay,
come
so-
up and we step up to the table and go, do you know what? Let's do it in the overlay. Look, if you showed me this and said, right, Steve, what do you think this is? I'd be like, I don't know, is it platinum? Is it Rhapsody? Is it Iliad? I mean, it looks like one of our premium pieces because of
Or like
the
a rhodium overlay.
rhodium overlay. But yeah, you said it. The depth of color is perfection. This is gorgeous. Fire opals is an underrated stone in my opinion. There's not enough of people wearing it. I just don't see people wearing fire opal as often as they should.
Well, I was saying earlier, our buyers are saying that they're not able to get this material
Right.
as easily anymore.
No. This is the thing about what we do here at Shop LC is we get the stones and the premium material, as you just said. We buy low and we sell low.
Right.
It's weird and crazy, but that's what we do. Even if the true value goes through the roof, like the pink and champagne diamonds I've talked to you about, those have never been more valuable and expensive, but we still sell them at low prices because we bought them at low prices.
Right.
You and I could right now explain why this fire opal is so unreachable, so expensive, so good, and then we could say we want $1,000, and I think we
Right.
could justify it. But we have done the opposite, and we've got give us 102. What? It's even cheaper.
That seems impossible.
That's
it is a
madness.
clearance item, though, so I do want to point that out. I totally agree with what you just said, though, and I do want to kind of point this out to everybody. These stones very easily, in fact, they do deserve to be in noble metal. They are in precious metal, though, mind you. You are getting the look of platinum, or in some cases, in certain cases with the vermeil that we've done.
Yes.
But I think that allows people to get these items, these very exotic gemstones, these very valuable gemstones, at more affordable prices because we haven't put them in, say, a 10 karat or a 14 karat. In all cases, now some of these items, obviously, we have had them in those, and those would be slightly more expensive. But this allows you to get and be a gemstone connoisseur, which I formerly, before I came here, it was very difficult. When I was at gem shopping once upon a time, and they had great buys on stuff, but it was mostly in 14 karat to 18 karat gold or platinum, and if there was estate pieces, but.
Because the stones were good,
right?
And they
were quality stones.
They were good quality stones, and if you've got a very good,
I couldn't be a collector.
No,
on that capacity, on a budget. That
I've said this. I like to collect stones and different gemstones and turquoisite and tanzanite and the favorites like that and fire opal and whatnot and sling ridge turquoise and all. But the great thing is I can't afford them in solid 18 karat yellow gold, white gold. I can't afford them in platinum rhapsody.
Right.
However, I've realised, and it's funny, I've been saying this for years, but I personally realised, why would I spend $1,000 on an opal pendant like this in platinum rhapsody when we use almost, if not the same stones in an overlay,
exact look,
and all I want is the stone. I'm not bothered, and I'm not going to wear this necklace, but I would love to own it because it's valuable. So
and if later down the road you decide you want to take them out and put them in actual, well, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I agree.
So it allows you to become a collector of very rare and very exotic and very beautiful and very high quality gemstones.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I totally agree with your statement. Look at this, I mean, that color. This is not typical color. You've got this is, I would dare say, this is that quad A. When we talk about that rich cherry color, $102, folks.
Yeah.
What a steal! Absolutely gorgeous. If you get just for the stones alone, you made out like a bandit. You got a $20.48 budget pay. Now this one, after 24 hours, typically these prices go back up. I can almost guarantee you this one will go back up to the everyday clearance price of $127.99. But if you love it and you want those really high quality stones and a lot of precious metal, quite frankly, I think just for the precious metal alone in this beautiful design, look at that. That's very ornate. I think just for the precious metal, you did good at $102.39 because I think you would pay that much for just a little box chain like this.
Easy.
At the retail level.
Easy.
Right? Not this. So this is what you get at the retail level.
Yeah.
Here you're getting this and some of the rarest color Mexican fire opal that money can buy. So beautiful. All right. That was sold $109.
Very good.
So yeah, you said you're going to be in town for 4 days.
4 days,
and
then off to New York for a bit, and then off to London, off to the UK. So
nice.
I'll be back in the UK because I lived there for years doing some stuff there, and
Very
then
nice. You're often in London. I feel like.
Back and forth a few times.
Do you work at the
UK channel? So the same. I work for the Shop LC of the UK. So
nice.
It's TJC over there.
You get to bounce around.
Great. Oh yeah, from network to channel to channel
Very
to
nice.
network. It's good. It's good fun.
I like that. Yeah, living your best life.
Just keeps going.
Traveling around world.
Now hang on, have they done it again? What is this one?
I think they did.
Hang on a second, let's get some.
Is that Savarite? Ooh.
Is it Savarite? Again, it looks like we've got. Let's
It
scroll.
could very easily be the Colombian emerald.
Drum roll.
Chrome dioxide.
Chrome dioxide. Okay.
I think one of the most underrated. That's my favorite green gemstone.
Is it?
I'm so bullish on chrome dioxide. It's all natural gemstone.
The reason that fooled me is because it reminds me of the emeralds that we sold with these earrings, which I think are the high of the show so far.
Right, those really are. The Colombian earrings, those are like sold 105, folks. Go back and check those out if you just joined us.
So
this one.
ring now.
Okay.
Nice.
So again, you've got the premium color, right? You've got that really rich color. This one's going to be platinum over sterling silver. So again, we made it affordable.
Yeah.
But something that I wouldn't think would work, and it does totally work, is a beautiful green gemstone. These give you the look of premium quality. But, you know, we totally easily, I was thinking Savarite Garnet. I was thinking very top of the line premium Savarite Garnet. Chrome dioxide and natural green gemstone, I think totally underrated. Very rare in and of itself. And all natural. Goes fantastically with this. This is something you don't see every day. Nice big split shank. Good size on the center stone, nice emerald cut, sort of a classic style with the picture frame halo. That halo is going to be, what are you thinking? I'm thinking zircon.
Yep.
Give you the look of
Looks
diamonds.
like zircon.
Moissanite, ooh.
Even better.
Yep, because you're going to get a lot of pop, a lot of fire.
See, moissanite we have had for a while now, but they've introduced moissanite to these designs so much more. And
I think
it's
that's a
worked
good call,
so
too.
much better because again, it gives you the look of a Rhapsody colorless diamond without the price point. Some people prefer it anyway, so
Right.
it goes back to what you just said before. Listen, Rhapsody and platinum, in my mind, when I first started doing this job 100 years ago, that was always the best of the best. I've completely backed off now. You can get the best of the best in sterling silver, in the overlay, in the vermeil, because the stones are still this. We use a lot of the same parcels. So we go, right, Rhapsody, sterling silver. Not all the time, because some of them platinum Rhapsody pieces are a bit better. But a lot of the time, you are getting the same quality stones that we used to only
That's
do
very true.
in solid gold and platinum. If this was Ileana or Rhapsody or our premium collection, if that was diamonds that were colorless, it was up and over $1,000.
Yeah, you're probably looking at about 1,100, something like that. Around 900 to 1,100.
At
This
least.
one, 182.
182. That's so good, and that's reduced as well. These are great. See, these are the savings. This is the live stream difference. This is the live stream kind of. They give us extra special prices to do it on the live stream.
Now, I will point out, I believe this one's a clearance item. Just to be very clear. Okay, so a clearance item is that. I mean, obviously, this is something that's going to be typically probably around the 289 range. It's then put on clearance. Because I guess we've got a last in stock opportunity. It's about a dozen of them. In sizes 6 through 9, but typically going to be a clearance price of $227 today. You're getting it for $182.39. Probably bump back up to that $227 after tomorrow. But we'll point out though, clearance item does not necessarily have the 30-day money back guarantee. So I just want people to be very clear. But I mean, as previously mentioned, the quality of the stone is unmistakable. If this is an item, ladies and gentlemen, that you want us to kind of flash back in, if you're giving it some serious consideration, like, well, let me take another look at it. This is the kind of venue where we're able to do that for you, and we're more than happy to, if time permits, to kind of give you a closer look, or if you want to see it on one of our fingers, or probably your fingers. You probably got a manicure recently.
I did actually.
Mine are atrocious.
Okay.
Only something to be desired.
There we go.
My new head model. I love it.
There we go. Yeah, I've got it.
All right.
Good work. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that is beautiful too, ladies and gentlemen. So great, nice look on that one, and something different. Just it's out of the mainstream. It's not something you would see, I think, in traditional jewelers. So that one was sold 110. Let's move onward and forward, folks. Today, if you just joined us, we are doing an all fire opal. This is, of course, your October birthstone. It's one of the most beautiful gemstones out there. What we've presented today. A lot of these have had some really fantastic clarity. A lot of the opals I've seen, the fire opal in the past I've seen, have been a little bit more on the milky side. Without the fire and the sort of brilliance as these. Nice. Now, something I have never seen at the retail level is a fire opal tennis bracelet.
Yeah, I mean,
this
is
spectacular. We have this in a size 8 too. You know, guys are rocking the tennis
rocking.
bracelet.
I've got loads.
I rock that size 8.
I've got loads.
100%.
I've got.
Do you wear them?
I've got Andalou side. I've got Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I've got Champagne diamonds. All of those are bracelets that I've got, and I absolutely love them. I really do.
Do you wear them?
Yeah, I have. I mean, exactly. This works.
That's what I'm saying. We have it in the size 8 too. I mean, I wear a size 8.
I'm a little bit smaller as well because I've got tiny wrists.
So, but you're about a 7 1/4.
Yeah, about that. But I like to, sometimes I like the looser that works.
Yeah, a little drape. I think a little drape.
If it's too tight, I think it's better to be a bit looser. So.
Right, and for my money, what we're offering you, ladies and gentlemen, because we have this in a 6.5, we have it in an 8, we have it in a 7 1/4, right?
Yeah.
But for my money, I'm usually wanting to go with the 8 because it's typically they're going to be the same size stones in terms of the calibration, in terms of cut.
Yeah.
Right. So you might as well get a little bit more in the carat weight. So, like for example, the 6.5 is a 4 carat.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, ladies, if you don't like too much drape, you don't want to get caught on your stuff. You have a smaller wrist, and I totally get it.
Yeah.
But for my money, I would go with 8, not just because I wear an 8, but because you get more gemstones out of it. But that's just me. Now, can we click on the 7 1/4? That's also going to be. They're all going to be 199. I'm just saying, all things being equal. Yeah. So it's basically going to be 4 carats in the 6.5, 4.5 in the 7 1/4, and about 5 in the 8 inches. But they're all going to give you that exact same look, all continuous. Again, who was it? Was it Chris Everett that the whole tennis bracelet phenomenon was started?
Where it came from playing, and it
Was it the U.S. Open or was it Wimbledon?
I think it was.
I always get that mixed up, but it doesn't matter. But we digress.
It was tennis somewhere, and it went into the crowd.
And basically, it ended up stopping the whole match, and thus was born the tennis bracelet.
The thing about a bracelet, and I always say this anytime I do these shows, buying a solitaire ring, earrings, pendant, the value is amazing. But when it comes to a bracelet, it's extraordinary. Like the price you pay in a bracelet, you will get more stones than ever before. Your price per stone, your price per carat is the best, because if we were to sell this in line with how if we take 3 of these stones, we make a trilogy ring. If we take 2 of these, we make some stud earrings. We could break this bracelet down. I'm talking about us, Shop LC, and we could make 10 pieces of jewelry and sell them for $40, $50 each. That's $500. I'm selling this to you for $199. This is $199. We're not losing money, but we aren't making as much money as we could. So my point
100%.
is, you get more bang for your buck. That's why I personally have bought bracelets more than anything else. Because
I
I
have
like
too.
a stone because you get more.
Yep, I have to.
So I don't care if you wear it or not, you're getting a lot more stones.
I mean, let's just show as an example.
See?
Look, this would be like a little east to west,
Yeah.
past, present, and future ring, or maybe a little bit larger, right? That's just one portion of it.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's one little ring. This easily at the retail level, 100%.
Yes.
That could be $199. You're getting the entire bracelet.
Yep.
For $199. I 100% agree with you. Lots of hardware there too.
That's
Lots
gorgeous.
of precious metal, bathed in platinum
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Gonna give you an expensive look. These are beautifully
Big
matched.
match. That's what you want, guys. That's a good
Ladies
look.
and gentlemen,
That's a good look.
it's fantastic. And I do say, look, guys are wearing the tennis
Yeah.
bracelets these days. The diamonds in particular, in America.
You're rocking.
So yeah, I just got a red zircon tennis bracelet
Nice,
the other day.
yeah.
It was very cool.
Look, the great thing about jewelry, ladies and gents, you can wear whatever you want. It crosses
each their
over.
own,
It
yeah.
just goes to whatever you like. So that's awesome.
But this is fantastic. And look, again, 5 carats doesn't seem like all that much. It actually is a lot if we're even,
It is
even
a
if
lot.
we're talking diamonds. But again, with the opals, you're getting a larger,
Yes.
in terms of millimeter, you're getting a larger look. So each one of these looks like about,
Yeah.
like if we're looking at diamonds, this would probably be like little 25 point diamonds.
Yeah. It's a good looking ring, bracelet, but it looks like a ring when you wear it like that. It's like a full eternity. I love it.
Yeah.
Right, I need to run because I've
Yeah,
got to go at 3 o'clock.
Hey,
Whoa!
thank you for
to
jumping
see
in,
you, Chris.
and preserving
Oh,
my
nice.
voice. It's
Oh,
so
man,
atrocious right now.
you're doing great.
So maybe the 5 o'clock thing.
5 o'clock
I don't
thing,
know if I'm gonna be able to
please
make it. I'm
do.
gonna try to though.
Try.
Oh, I will.
Please.
I will.
Good
Yeah,
to see you.
yeah, absolutely.
Bye, everyone. I'll see you soon.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve from Australia, down under. He's visiting. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Steve. All right. So the bracelet is sold 111. And God bless you for
That's your pass, by the way, Chris.
oh yeah.
Don't forget
You
that.
trying to make out?
There we go. I'm going to run off with you.
Yeah. They should give you one up front though.
I just got one.
All right, cheers, mate. All right, now we're gonna move on from sold 111. How are we doing on time? We're good. All right, cool. To a gorgeous pair of earrings. Now, oh my goodness, what have we done? Well, we've married 2 of the most famous opals known to man. We've got Wella opal, Ethiopian material, along with your fire opal. Look at those hoops. Those are sensational. You got the stabilizer there. That's a very expensive addition there. That's going to keep them from, that's going to keep them nice and secure on the ear. So your lobe sort of goes in this little stationary area there. That's something they didn't have to do, but they did it. And that's going to keep them from wiggling around and from, constantly being sort of all over the place there. So that's an expensive addition there too. You got very, very fine quality on both the fire opal and the Wella opal. Now keep in mind the Wella opal, typically going to want to shy away in the brighter studio lights. But suffice to say, whenever we add these, and even with the smaller Wella opal, you're going to see extraordinary play of color. So I'm kind of cupping it in my hand because we've got like about, full disclosure, we've got about probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 blaring studio lights, and opal tends to be one of those ones that wants to shy away when you get all the wild studio lights. But suffice to say, I'm not seeing a dead zone in any of these Wella opals. So you've got excellent play of color in these. I'm seeing some really strong reds in those, which is one of the most desirable colors to see in the play of color. I'm seeing some yellows. I'm seeing the whole rainbow. These are sensational, and the marriage of the 2 is really something unique that you're not going to see. I think at the retail level, ladies and gentlemen, people play it safe. A lot of times they get items that are on consignment, or they get items that are, I don't know, they might get them that maybe they make the actual purchase, and they want to go with more of a sure thing, of a more classic, and I totally get that, and that's fairly common. But one of the things we're able to do here is paint outside the lines a little bit, and I like different. I like unique. I like original. I like something that is a little bit outside. I love the classics are classic for a reason. Like a good classic solid, like the ring that we opened the show with, sold 101. That's a great look. It's a classic look. It's never going to go out of style. But I think also being a little bit daring, I think there's something to be said for that too. And I think this will never go out of style. I think this is truly unique. This is perhaps a new classic, but that's not something I think you're going to find at the retail level, unless it's a very, very high-end, one of your luxury designers. That's what this reminds me of. It's fantastic. I've not seen the marriage of those two, but I think it works. It works. Of course, they're all Opal. They're family. But these are nice size hoops too. Let me get a measurement. I'm going to go out on a limb because I'm pretty good at guesstimating. These are going to be about 1.25 inches round. But let's just double check this so we're 100% sure. Shame on me. I'm a little bit off. Nope, right at about 1.25 inches. Yep, right at 1.25 inches round. You're going to have the little latches there. They're going to lock firmly into place. These are going to be in precious metal. So you've got sterling silver, but you have it bathed in the very expensive platinum, giving you a robust, nice little added bit of strength there as well. But ladies and gentlemen, carat 90 total weight, so about a carat a piece each. Wella opal and fire opal. Of course, it makes sense. Brilliant though, excellent job with the design team there. Absolutely gorgeous. So we brought you some studs, we brought you some really nice dangles, but we haven't brought you the hoops today. Just to kind of give you an idea of scale, I'm just going to kind of hold those up there on my ear. Just to, see? Is that the new me? I mean, yeah, guys, if you've got your ears pierced, yeah, you look like a rock star. Why not? But it's a good look. Not too big, not too small in the hoop, too. I think, when we talk about hoops, typically what we call the Goldilocks range, it's going to be around that 1 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, a little on the higher end of 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches or so. Kind of that mid-range, not too big, not too small. You can wear it in more conservative settings. You can wear it in more. These are definitely ready to party. The color is what's so sensational here, right? Because you've got that marriage of that beautiful, rich, vibrant, almost like mandarin garnet, spessartine garnet, fire orange, and then of course the beautiful Wella opal, and each one of those has excellent play of color. Just full disclosure there. Now these are sold $112. They are $69. How many of these do we have? Because this is a steal at $69. There's 18 of them, so we got a little over a dozen. This would make an excellent gift. Hoops are never going to go out of style. Now I said earlier, how they like at the retail level they want to play it safe, but hoops are a sure bet. If you're gifting a friend, because you're gonna get a ton of compliments on these, right? If you're gifting something to a friend, maybe they have an October birthday, what better way? This is, you kill a lot of birds with one stone here in terms of opal, your October birthstone. You get them fire opal and what is soon to be probably going extinct in terms of the Wella opal, some of the finest material. That's probably one of the most important opal discoveries since Lightning Ridge was the Wella opal, but we're seeing a lot less of that material coming out these days too. Excellent opportunity. All right, $69.99. So if you have a $14 budget pay, so you want to stretch your dollars out, absolutely. Get a pair for yourself. Maybe you have an online store. Think about getting a couple of those and go and sell them online. Look, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee policy on this, so no worries there. You're going to get them home. You're going to fall in love with them, though. You won't want to return them. But it's your prerogative. I think these go great, too, with that bracelet that we just showed you. That bracelet was, I believe, sold $110 maybe. But I think these would go fantastic because you do have that platinum over sterling silver. Those are going to be very similar in terms of the color, in terms of the cut, and the calibration of that cut. The nice ovals. Sensational. Yeah, that looks really good with the bracelet that we just got you. So think about getting those in conjunction with one another. And again, these are sold $112. We've got about 18 of them. And forgive me, folks, if you just joined us, I've got a little bit of not a head cold. I think it's more of an allergy thing. We got some weird cedar tree here in Austin that's apparently got a hold of me. So kind of making me a little scratchy. But I feel great, and hopefully you're able to understand what I'm saying here. Folks, I want to remind you, if you have any comments or any questions, feel free, or if I kind of speed past something, because I feel like, we've sort of offered you some items that are really sensational. Maybe we haven't shown them close up enough. we're always happy to kind of fly those back in if you're giving it some serious consideration. Of course, if time permits. So definitely give us a heads up if in the comments section, and we'll try to accommodate you. Okay. Try to be more live and interactive here than even more so on the shows. You know, you can email the TV show, but it's always a good deal here because we can be a little bit more responsive, I feel like. So that being said, let's move onward and forward. So these are sold 112, just a heads up there. All right, on the earrings. But I will say, I think that bracelet, yeah, that $199, that's impossible.
Just so you know, Chris, we have about 6 items left with 45 minutes.
Okay, so we're doing really good then. All right, cool. Well, worst case scenario, if we go through, because typically we don't get to all the items, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I was rushing things when Steve was here, because I feel like we were taking a lot longer on each item.
Oh, no,
So
you're fine.
it worked out great. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, so we talked about the classic look, right? This is a classic look. The classics are a classic for a reason, but this is spectacular. I think this almost even works as a gents ring. My criteria for a gents ring is sort of a wider band. Doesn't necessarily have that, but it does, because you've got sort of almost a mini cigar style band here, right? It does taper off to a little smaller there, but one of my criteria for a gents ring is I like to have a low profile, right? I don't want something that's going to be all sticking up. I don't need all that. But this kind of does have that going on for it. But ladies, of course, this is for you 100%. I'm just saying, we've got it in the larger size. We've got this in a size 10. That's the size 10. Past, present, and future, of course. You know, his, hers, mine, me, mine, me, I don't know. Something like that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to give you 3 large stones. I love the fact that you kind of got a zenith, right? You've got the center stone here. So you're going to sort of build up to that crescendo of that beautiful, almost like 2 rovals and then a very, very large elongated oval there. You got a nice halo that's going to be of white zircon, the brown zircon. Where are the brown zircon? Well, ever so slight. Look, okay, now this is, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention here. Whenever in just a moment, there's gonna be a larger picture that pops up. Right there and there. Now, they're gonna call them brown zircon. I think they have more of that orangey tint, so they are the perfect little accent stones, but they're ever so slight. They didn't have to do that. They did not have to do that. That is a design, all right, unpause and then pause. That is the mark of high-end luxury design. Because I was like, where are the brown zircon? I don't even see them. They're ever so slight, but it's almost like, you know, when you get a signature piece. So like, for example, the Giuseppe Perez collection that we have here. Yes, we just showed one the other day. A lot of you are familiar with it. Well, if you're not familiar with it, Giuseppe Perez does. It's now ran by Gaia Perez. All right, the lovely daughter of Giuseppe Perez, who comes from a long line of very established and a good pedigree of Italian jewelry designers. But one of the things, and their designs are very expensive typically. We've got a relationship and have developed one over the years, so we're able to bring them to you at reasonable prices. But if you were to buy them in Italy, for example, you could spend a small fortune for each of those items. Now, that said, that designer brand, for example, on the back side of each one of his, he will have a little small, just a little itty bitty small round. It's not a very expensive sapphire, but it's a small blue sapphire. That's the mark. So that gives you kind of the mark of a really high-end luxury design. That's what this reminds me of. I'm not saying it's the same. We're not talking apples to apples here, but it's something. It's a little something that additional to go that extra mile. You've got a nice filigree work underneath here, right? So that's going to make it glide on and off the finger very comfortably. Sort of like a honeycomb gallery underneath that you've got there. So finished work, which is always a sign, you know, of full and robust jewelry. Because a lot of times if you just have the hollow, it leaves something to be desired, right? You want that finished under gallery, the filigree work at least, which I think is very, very nice. You've got the nice, speaking of that, on the side here, you're going to see all these beautiful little fleur-de-lis and that sort of box style melting. But it's an excellent look. Of course, The white zircon going to give you the look of white diamonds as well. And we previously discussed that, so we're not going to traverse that territory there. I love how at the end here you've got these sort of kissing swans, or again, sort of almost like a fleur-de-lis, culminating with a beautiful white zircon right there, all in what I would call a mini style cigar band. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not a ring that you're going to be able to get for $69.99 at retail. You can here today. You have a $23.33 budget pay. We've got it. It's a newer item, so these just came in. So I'm going to assume we've got probably about maybe 25, 26 of them. No, we've got 78 of these. Okay, so this is a brand new item. $69.99. You can still get this in all the different sizes. So this is going to be one of the ones we have a little bit more of. But I'm telling you right now, this is not a 60. This is, you'd be lucky to get this for $269 at retail. If you have a brother or sister who owns a jewelry store, maybe you get it for $169. $69, impossible. Carat 40, but again, that center stone looks like a carat in and of itself, does it not? Of course, the carat 40 is going to include your zircon from the four, what they're calling brown zircon. I almost call them orange zircon, sort of a reddish orange, but that's just me. And again, the past, present, and future look, classic, never going to go out of style, absolutely gorgeous. And guys, yeah, I say why not? Go for it. If you can wear a size 10, I think it's a good looking ring. It's got a low profile, kind of a wide band front. You know, the halo is what it is. Yeah, sure. I think it works. It's not too terribly high because I just don't like a high profile. But that's just me. But you know, to each your own. Just make it work. Yeah, ladies, absolutely 100%. High quality on those stones. All beautifully cut. All have nice radiance. All have nice embers. And with a $23.33 budget pay. So that tells me that this is typically probably going to be about a $25 budget pay. So you're probably looking at about $79. This will bump back up to $79. When they show it on television, perhaps it could be around $79, $89 maybe. But today you can get it for $69. And if they do it for $69, chances are they'll probably sell out of them. Because that's a great get. And look, we're talking about 2.5 microns. When we talk about the vermeil, folks, you're getting the look of genuine gold because it is genuine gold. Again, to be qualified as vermeil, it's going to have to be 2.5 microns. That's what you're getting here. And it's on top of precious metal. Vermeil, of course, is not going to be gold over alloy or any kind of mystery metal. It's got to be over sterling silver. So you got precious metal, or noble metal, in fact, on top of precious metal. Fantastic. And as Steve was saying earlier, this is a way for you to get good, high-quality gemstones. You're not sacrificing the quality of the gemstones that you're getting. It's just going to make it more of an affordable option. But whilst you're getting, you know, what I would say probably if this is solid gold, apples to apples, everything else being the same, maybe we throw diamonds in there instead of white zircon. You're looking at about a $4,000 ring, $3,000 at the retail level. That's the look that you're getting. But the main attraction is going to be those three past, present, and future center stones, and those are sensational. All right, $69.99. We're gonna move on, but I gotta tell you, folks, this is one that if you're thinking about getting just as a gift, this one's a no-brainer. Especially if the person, if you want to be a little bit safer. I'm not saying this is a stuffy old school. I think it's a classic. They're classics for a reason. I definitely like, made no bones about it. I definitely like, different. I like outside the box, but that's just me. But I love a classic, and again, they're classics for a reason. So if you got that ring, I'm going to highly encourage you. If you love the ring, and what's not to love, I'm going to strongly encourage you, if I can find it, to get the matching pendant. These were meant to be together. Look at this. It is virtually an identical look. They 100% were made to be worn together. And you could probably find a past, present, and future pendant somewhere at a retail level in a fire opal, but let's just not chance it. It could be a different hue. It's going to be a lot more expensive. This is the exact match to go with that ring. So we got virtually the identical profile. All right. Let's see. It's going to be about a carat 25. I think the last one was roughly a carat 25, give or take a couple points. So it's going to give you that exact same look, and I'm going to put these together. This is going to be sold 114, so I'm going to kind of have it with sold 113. I'm going to keep that ring on, all right? Sold 113, sold 114. So again, almost an identical profile. You don't obviously have the curvature that you get with the ring, but other than that, if you were to like sort of lay that flat, the ring there, this is that exact look. Again, high quality stones. Let's take a look there. This is for Instagram and Facebook if you guys are watching. And then of course for TikTok, there you guys go. And ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, I apologize that my voice is a little bit sort of fading. Just a little bit of allergies. But we're rocking and rolling. We got some great fire opal here for you today. This is gorgeous. Look, it's going to come with the $20 vermeil, or the 20 inch. It's not $20. That's about a $100 vermeil chain that's coming along with it. So that's coming along for the ride. You're getting this for $59.99. It's as if, all right, look, if you got just the vermeil chain, big lobster claw clasp on that. Look, take a look at the back of that. Huge lobster claw clasp. All in sterling silver. A vermeil chain is going to easily run you $100, $140 or more if you go to one of the higher end luxury retailers. 20 inches on the chain. And you're getting the pendant with a carat 25 total weight in the zircon. So again, about the same, roughly the same profile in terms of the ring that we showed you for $59. It's a $15 budget pay. So if you got this ring, which was $69, so I think it was like 17 and some change maybe. Let's round it up to 20 bucks, just to be on the safe side. 20 bucks plus $15. So for $35, you could get both this pendant. That's essentially a Texas twofer, right? Because you're getting the chain and the pendant, and you could get the ring. $35. That's a big yes, and yes, right? Great look. Classic style design, past, present, and future, never going to go out of style. Always going to be in vogue. Always going to command attention with this beautiful array of gemstones. You're getting the look of diamonds with the zircon. That's not a zirconia. That's a doubly refractive gemstone. So take advantage of that. Now the pendant, I think we have a little bit less on the pendant if I recall correctly. On the ring, we had about 78 on the ring. All right, so the new arrival. But on the pendant, 41. Okay, so a little bit less on the pendant. Now, if you're wanting to give this as a gift, I understand sometimes there can be some considerations when it comes to the ring. If it comes down to one or the other, I would say probably if you're thinking about gifting it, go with the pendant. Just because, look, as long as they have a neck, you're going to be good to go, right? But don't sleep on the ring. Look, you've got the 30-day money-back guarantee policy. So I would say if you get one, I would highly encourage you. I'm not insisting. I don't insist. But I would highly encourage you to get the matching because you're just not going to find it anywhere else. And if you find anything that's even remotely the same, as I said earlier, you're going to end up paying probably a fortune for it. And the colors may not match up. These will look like these were meant to be together 100%. So if you got one, definitely consider getting the other and utilize your budget pay. That's what it's there for. 0 credit check, 0 interest payments, okay? So that was sold 114, and I got to tell you, definitely get the ring too, which was sold 113. So we're gonna move on. And excuse me, folks, I had a quick little sniffle break there. So we brought you now a wide variety. We brought you lots of different hues, from more of the golden yellow to the deeper rich cherry of the different hues of fire opal, right? No matter, whatever your fancy is. Now we're going to kind of bring you what I think. Well, this is my jam, 100%. Full disclosure, I'm huge on the sort of knuckle to knuckle design look. I think there's nothing more attractive on a woman than that sort of very reminiscent of the Art Deco style, or a little bit Edwardian. They kind of dabbled in it, but very much to me the symmetry and the sort of that elongated marquise look. I think that to me that there's nothing more sexy on a woman than to see this style ring. I think it's very slimming on the finger. It's very sensual. It's very captivating. I think it just works. This ring, the price on this may just have become, I think, one of the best deals of shown. We've had a lot of amazing deals, right? But take a look at this. No, it's not for everybody. Okay, it's a little bit daring. So that's for Instagram and Facebook. So again, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but I just think it's so cool. You've got sort of a really nice low profile, which I'm kind of a big fan of, the low profile look, but I do like a nice big bold sort of cocktail ring look. You got a big fire burst design. You've got deep, rich, crimson colored fire opal there. So really, really high quality on those. They're all match mated. They're not necessarily calibrated in terms of the cutting size each, but there is a rhyme and a reason. So what we have here, we've got almost like a mark. It's a marquise. It's almost like a markoval. It's like an oval meets a marquise, right? It just doesn't have the pointy ends. Right here, and a decent sized center stone. Then you've got all these really gorgeous marquise here, but they're sort of staggered in terms of their size, but they're all cut meticulously so that they do match up and they sync up. Like there's rhyme and reason here. You got the little bit smaller ones out there on the edges at the east and west. You got the little bit smaller there at the north and south. Absolutely stunning, rich color. They all look like they were cut from the same rough. You got really, really nice embers up, but you can kind of, oh yeah, you can't see them here. And in person, these are really, really high quality. You got nice clarity on them. The color is just sensational. Friends, this ring looks to me, this looks very, very expensive because of the sheer, the space that it covers, right? It's nearly knuckle to knuckle. It's not the longest knuckle to knuckle. Like, look, I have very big hands. It's not the largest knuckle to knuckle you're ever going to see, but it is for sure that look. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'll give you a measurement, but this is $59.99. This is such a steal. I love this ring. I think this is very, very attractive. I think it works for if you're up there and getting up there in years, or if you're a really young person. I think this knows no age range. I think it's going to look great whether you're 100 years old or 10 years old. And the price is such that you could give it to a 10-year-old. Now you want to make sure she's responsible. But you could give it to a young person, maybe teach them the responsibility of wearing jewelry and taking care of their jewelry. Keep in mind, opal's one of those ones you do want to take good care of it. You don't want to, it's not the hardest, but it's not soft either on the Mohs hardness scale, coming in about a 6, 5 to 6 on the Mohs, but you want to take good care of it. But man, October birthstone, rich, fiery crimson color here. And a knuckle-to-knuckle design, which I think is very avant-garde, very, very chic, very reminiscent to me. With the sunburst design, more of a modern, but then you've got a little bit of that Art Deco with all the symmetry that you're getting with that. It just works. That to me is one of my favorite rings we've done, and the price is just sensational. I can't believe, I feel like this ring we could easily do for like $99 here and sell through them, because you've got the quality in terms of the color. You've got a good bit of carat weight, but it shows like a ton more because, again, you get a lot more bang for your buck in terms of the millimeter width when it comes to the opals, because it's not as dense a gemstone as a lot of the others out there. We've only got 15 of these, though. That's the catch. We've only got 15, and we've also only got it in a size 5, 6, and a 7. Any jeweler will be able to size that, though. The money we're saving you on it, I think if you need to get it sized, it shouldn't be an issue, because you got, practically the rest of the ring there, almost a cathedral style, sort of split shank on the side there, but for the most part, yeah, there's no pronged or any kind of, inlay, so easily sizable to whatever, any jeweler can size that, no worries there. It's got a $12 budget pay, so $12 budget pay on that one, and that color is to die for. Nice low profile. You can wear this every single day. You can wear that every single day. It's not gonna get caught on your clothes and stuff, and like a lot of the larger solitaires might, But so I'm a big fan of the low profile. It's no frills. But I do like a big robust stone. Like we had some South Sea pearls yesterday, which were fantastic. Those have a little bit higher profile. I can work with that because it's a South Sea pearl, right? Or a Tahitian pearl ring. Those all work for me. But I do like a low profile though, just generally. I think it just makes it more everyday wearable. So $59.99. Again, sold $115. I think it's a great look. Ladies, yes. Take my advice on this one. This is a good look, and that's a solid ring. And for $59. Unbelievable. All right, $115. Sold $115. And we've only got 15 of them. All right? That's weird that worked out that way. It was 15, right?
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sold 115. So, all right, so we got you the ring, and we did this with the past, present, and future, right? We're doing it again. Oops, we did it again. Now we've got the exact profile, virtually the same carat weight, carat 40, and we are going to match the price. We're also going to give you the box style chain. Now we've got platinum over sterling silver with this one. If you like the more classic look, and there's nothing wrong with it, I love the classic look. We've definitely given you some range here. So I'm going to kind of show these in conjunction with one another because we did this just before we got to this particular set. So this is I think this is a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit more of that Art Deco sort of style. That's really nice sort of knuckle-to-knuckle design. And I just had on that ring. What did I do with it? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, so this is sold 116. It's the same price. We're going to match the price on the ring. All right. So we're giving you really two excellent examples, depending on what you're into. It doesn't matter. Look, there's no wrong answer here. In fact, you should probably get them all. But we brought you the matching ring, the matching pendant. Those are both $59.99. These are, I believe, $69 and $79 respectively. Or no, this was $59 and this was $69 on the ring. But that is range, my friends, and you're not finding as much of this material out in the retail space anymore, or at least from what I've seen. This is anecdotally, full disclosure, but talking to our buying team, they're having a very, very difficult time sourcing a lot of, especially the Mexican fire opal. They're able to get some from South America now, where they can get a little bit of material, but not a lot of that is coming out anymore. It's just not as abundant as it once was. So you really need to pay attention when we talk about fire opal. It's one of the most beautiful orange gemstones. It can be in the yellow to the more cherry crimson color that you're getting with this most recent one. But and I digress a little bit. I just wanted to kind of show you the range that we're showing you here today if you just joined us. But get the pendant, and if you get the pendant, and take a look at that. I'm just going to give you another look at it. You get the pendant 100%. You have to get the ring, right? Utilize the budget pay. These are both $59.99. So you can get them both home for about $120 a day. You're not going to pay any shipping, too. I didn't point this out earlier, and I apologize. Shame on me, bad host. If you get up to that $49.99 threshold, you're not going to pay any shipping. So I should have pointed that out earlier for those of you who are new to the Shop LC live stream. But that's one thing you don't have to worry about. So and also if you get maybe, let's just say for example, I'm not sure, we did have an item I think earlier, it was like maybe $39. Maybe we haven't. But if for example, just as a hypothetical, you had a $25 item. If you were to buy two of that item, or that item was $25 and maybe the pendant was $25 or something, then you would hit that threshold where you wouldn't have to pay for the shipping. Okay, so think about doing that. But I think most of the items we've shown today have been that at or about over a little bit the $49.99. So that's going to save you about another $4 or $5. So definitely something to consider. So back to what I was saying about this. If you wanted to get both of these, and you say, Chris, look, I didn't come here today to spend $120. It's not in the budget. I get it. We have budget pay. 0 credit check, 0 interest. $24 would get both of these home. You're not going to pay any shipping because, again, we're over $50. It's going to be considered a $120 purchase, but you're only going to pay $24 because this has a $12 budget pay and this has a $12 budget pay. And then for the remaining 4 months, so your $24 initial investment, you get both of these. Comes with the chain too. 20 inches, sterling silver chain, box chain there. You're going to get both of these home, and then for the remaining 4 months, you're going to spend just under $1 a day. So if $1 a day is doable for you out there, then yes, you can get both of these. Yes, you can. It's going to be roughly the same, maybe $1.25 a day. Yes, you can get that previous matching pendant and ring. So that being said, we are going to move on now. If we get, I know we're sort of getting low on items, which is fair enough, because I've got a top 3, or actually a top, I'm going to kind of go back over a few of the what I think are some of the best deals of the show
Yeah, we
here.
only have like 2 items left.
Okay, cool, perfect. No, we're doing great. We're doing great. In fact, usually we don't get to all the items, so this is perfect. I'm really excited. I also want to thank again Mr. Steve Milne for coming out. He's from down under, and he's actually visiting in town. He's just coming in to watch the live stream, see how it works out over here. I think he's done 1 or 2 of them, hasn't he, in the past?
He's done 1 or 2.
He's a pro. He's been here for quite some time, I think. All right. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you want something regal. You want something that looks. This looks expensive. The detailed work almost got this Victorian vibe about it, like all that nice scroll work. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You got a nice wide band here too. I'm loving that. Gents, yes, 100% gents ring. This works. This works as a gents ring. It's not per se, but we had it. Doggone it, the 10 sold out. Okay, so we have it in a size 9. If this was the size 9, and don't worry, guys, we do have a gents ring. We're gonna get to that in just a moment. But this works as a gents ring too, 100%, totally. I would wear this as a gents ring. Low profile, not part of my criteria, right? For a gents ring, and wide band, 100%. It tapers off, which we want that, right? So if you work in the trades or something, or if you're out there, you want to, have the nice tapering off at least a little bit at the bottom. That's going to make it a little more comfortable to wear whenever you grip your hand. You have to punch somebody out or something. This is a carat 15. It shows like a lot more than a carat 15. It's $57.99. That is wild. You can't look at this ring and think anything less than like $300, $400, $500. It looks a lot more expensive than that, quite frankly. We had it at $500 as an estimated retail value. I think that's a little low, because I definitely think that the $57.99 is low. This gives you a big, robust look. This is not in mystery metal, mystery alloy. There's nothing wrong with brass. There's nothing wrong with mystery metal and things like that and the different alloys. As long as they're hypoallergenic for the most part, I got no problem with them. But we're talking about precious metal. We're talking about vermeil as well. So we've had the marriage of both the platinum overlay, very expensive metal, and the gold overlay. Again, very expensive metal. Both noble metals, considered noble metals. Why is that? Technically they are precious metals, but they were once only reserved for nobility. Like, you had to be a bigwig because you couldn't afford them otherwise, typically. But I'm loving that because that gives it that boutique look. It gives it that really high-end luxury design look. You've got these gorgeous white zircon. There's not that many of them, but they're positioned just so to where, because you've got this sort of mill graining, right? You've got these 2 rows of mill graining, sort of picture framing the east-west design here with the north-south ovals, right? But that mill graining is going to kind of give you that knob look. It's going to give you the look of white diamonds, almost like these little micro pave diamonds. And then they did actually put sort of a little crown of a past, present, and future in white zircon, an actual 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So it almost looks like a continuation of that mill grain work. So you're getting a very expensive, full, and robust look here. And totally designer. Nice sort of scroll work all throughout here, which is really ornate, really beautiful, almost like waves of an ocean. This is a cool ring. This is a great design. And it's $57.99. $14.50 on budget pay. That's a killer get. We've got to be limited on these because I think I've shown this one other time and I love it. No, we just got these in. Okay, so we had this. I think, okay, we must have sold out of it. We just got these in then, obviously, because we got 47 of them. Now we've only got, it's showing we have 1 of the 10 available, but it's not on the website. Maybe somebody snatched it up.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, whoever snatched up that 10, good on you. Because this, yeah, I think I kind of want the 10, but I can wear a 9 as a pinky ring. I wear about a 12. But guys, if you can wear a 9 and any finger, make that fit. This is I think this works as a gents ring. Ladies, you 100% do want this. This is going to give you a very regal look, a very expensive, kind of it's very old money looking to me. I think, don't you? It's got kind of a, it looks like something almost an estate piece, very very ornate, something you would see at like the blue box or red box store. But just not having to pay the blue box or red box store price. $57.99. We've got enough to go around, and quite frankly, it is a little bit sizable. So, gents, if you wanted to size it, feel free. But at $57.99, you're getting it for an absolute steal. And again, that does not show like a carat 15. That looks like a lot more, and that's one of the beautiful things about the Opal. Not being a very dense gemstone, you get a lot of real estate coverage, a lot of bang for your buck in terms of the look and the size of those stones. So excellent look on those. Probably going to be about, I'd say, maybe 4 or 5 points on the white zircon. They're more just accent stones, but they are going to give you that look of the really nice diamonds, make it a lot more expensive looking. Just a really cool look. I love the marriage too of the platinum and the yellow gold. So I know I spent a lot of time on it, but I think that's such a cool looking ring. It's really neat, really well made. It's a great buy at $57.99. No way, no how you're gonna find that at retail level for that price. So we are just about to our final item, but no worries, ladies and gentlemen, because I do want to do kind of a quick recap to end the show, because there was a couple that we spent some time on, but I want to sort of point out my sort of top 3 of the show. But this has got to be at least up there, because when are you going to get an actual, this is a gent's ring. Now, ladies, if you love it, we've got it in size 12. If you can make a size 12 work, go for it. I don't like to leave anybody out, but gents, this is solid. You're getting that vermeil look. So you do have it in the vermeil. It's going to make it very affordable. It's going to be on top of precious metal. It's going to be on top of 925 sterling silver. The price on this is, wow, I'm just going to give it to you up front. The price on this gent's ring, and it's a good looking gent's ring, it's perfect because I wear size 12. And you can get this for $12. Now that's budget pay. It's $59.99. That's a good bit of hardware and a really, really nice center stone there too. You've got even the finished under gallery there, sort of a filigree work there. Take a look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's going to make it glide on and off the finger with ease. It's going to make it nice and comfortable to wear. Everyday wearable, sure. Just take good care of the stone. If you're in the trades, I probably wouldn't wear it. Doing that just because of the nature of this particular gemstone. It's a little bit porous, but ladies and gentlemen, $549 estimated retail value. I think that's more than fair. It looks expensive because you do have that 2.5 microns of solid, genuine gold. You've got the white zircon there. It's going to be a total of 9 on either side. So that's going to give you a nice, prestigious look, sort of blocked off at the top, and then you've got this really nice high polished shine, and then you've got the addition of these sort of 3 channels on either side, just giving it a really ornate design. Not over the top, not too much, it's just right. It's pitch perfect. It works. Nice cigar style band. It's not going to be too wide. It's not too thin either. It's the ideal gents ring. It's going to be at its zenith. Let's see. It's going to be about right at, I'd say, right at a centimeter. So right at a centimeter at the widest point there. But isn't that cool? Ladies, you buy a lot of jewelry from us. Guys, I know you guys, if you're out there, you need to take advantage of this. But ladies, you should also think about getting this for the gentleman in your life. You should think about getting this for the son, and it's not going to break the bank. Look, $59.99. I understand that's not chump change here. We're talking a good amount of money. That's a lot of money to me. But when you have a $12 budget pay option, well, that changes the calculus. It's just like, well, you know what? Maybe we can get one for Uncle Jimmy. Maybe we can get one for for grandson Timmy. He's going to be going in the 9th grade this year. Maybe he's responsible enough to wear something like this. Genuine gemstone. You've got 65 pointers. The majority of that's going to be on that center stone, obviously. You're probably looking at about 55 points on the center stone. The remainder of that, 10 points, I would say, probably going to be in the white zircon. But let's scroll down because I don't want to mislead anybody. So 52 points on the center stone, and then, sounds about right. Spot on. 7 by 5 millimeter on that one too. So this makes my point here. So 7 by 5 millimeter, typically going to give you the look of about a carat. While it's 52 points. So when I say, oh, thank you, Jennifer, for liking. Oh yeah, that's a great point. You just gave me a great reminder, Jennifer, to let everybody know, if you would please, if you've enjoyed the show, and what's not to enjoy, except for my voice is just lacking a little bit right now because of my allergies. But if you like the show, I do encourage you all, and if you would please, click on the like button, share it, be awesome.
Also, Jade was wondering how much.
For this,
Yes.
Jade, it's $59.99. $59.99. It's got the sort of finished filigree under gallery as well. It's robust. It's substantial. It's all in vermeil. $59.99. That makes no sense to me. And you're getting the look of like a $2,000-$3,000. Because I mean, look, you're getting that gold look, 100%. You're getting top quality gemstone. Gorgeous sort of fire. Looks like magma almost. This is fantastic. All right. So this is going to be a gentry. Now this one we do have, I don't remember how many we had, so I'm going to double check it. On this one, ooh, yikes. Yeah, so here's the catch. Is that right, you think? 5?
Yeah, I think it looks like it. Yeah, let's see.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well,
Yeah, that makes sense because we've only got the size 12, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's saying here we have a size,
Yeah, on the sheets it says we have different
we
sizes.
have a
but
13. Maybe those sold out.
Maybe.
So let's work under the assumption if we only have the size 12, then we've got probably 3. Let's work on the assumption that we've got 3 of these, ladies and gentlemen. You might be able to go to the website and we'll do some double checking. But yeah, I think they just sold out probably throughout the course of the show, unfortunately. So I think we're probably down to about 2 to 3 of these. I know we've got one, at least 2 12s remaining. It says on the thing low stock, and we had 5 to start with, but we had them available in one size 9, one size 11, and one size 13. Those appear to be gone now, so we're down to the final 3 on the 12. But let's work on the assumption that there's only 2. This one and maybe one other, because it would say last in stock. It says low stock there. So there's probably 2 of these left, folks. So in other words, I am going to kind of hard sell you here now, because it's more than likely going to sell out if there's only 2 left. So if you love it, definitely take advantage of it. It's a very, very sharp gentering. It's the ideal. You got a really, really masculine color there, and of course a lot of thick gold look. You do have it all in precious metal, and $549 down to $59.99. That $12 budget pay, yeah, that's a steal. I imagine this is going to be one that after today, because a lot of these items will bump back up in price, I imagine this would be one that they'll probably bump back up to probably around 89. I think that'd be more than fair, and I think we'd sell out of them because we're almost sold out. But look forward to that one probably going back up. $59.99, impossible. Now, that being said, I do want to kind of remind everybody as we sort of come to the close of the show, we're not done yet though, because I'm going to kind of flash in some really, really big highlights here. I want to also thank Steve, of course, DJ, for doing a great job as usual. Steve Milne, who came in. If you missed that earlier, that was a real treat. He's in town, so he just jumped in, popped in, and I've been sort of battling with a little bit of allergy, so it couldn't have come at a better time, and he's a delight. So that being said, folks, real quick, I do want to kind of point out though, and I'm whispering in hushed tones because there is a saved code at the moment. It may not be if you're watching this later, but right now there's a 25% off save code. Not making any promises, all right? Not making any promises, but sometimes things slip through the cracks, so it is a possibility that you could get an additional $25 or 25% off, 25% off, depending on the price, and maybe more than $25. But you want to try that in the promo code section whenever you go to checkout. No promises, but again, because you're getting them at steel prices, but if you get an extra 25% off, I'm always going to try to save that little bit of extra money. So while that opportunity is there, give it a shot. That being said, I'm going to do a quick recap of what I think are some of the best deals of the show. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about the tennis bracelet again. We've got this available in sizes, folks. This was $199. Fire Opal tennis bracelet. From if you go with a 6.5 inch, it's going to be about 4 carats, and we have an 8 inch. gents, totally rock a tennis bracelet. I would. The 8-inch is going to be about, I think, five carats. So a little bit more, but it shows like a lot more. This is going to be in precious metal. It's going to be in platinum over sterling silver. $199. That's a great gift. When's the last time you saw a Fire Opal tennis bracelet at the retail level? Also, this beautiful pair of earrings that look so boutique that me and Steve were both so enamored with. Those are Buyaka Colombian emeralds with those really pretty sort of fancy shape, shield cut designed Fire Opal. Such a boutique designer look. Those are only $179. Those are fantastic. And again, Colombian emeralds, which is such a beautiful marriage. I've never seen anything like it. Neither did Steve. He said he just came back from Rodeo Drive. Literally just came back from Rodeo Drive. He's out in LA. He says this is something that would be out in Rodeo Drive. That's what you would see in Rodeo Drive. That sort of thing. That's a terrible Steve, but you know, you get the point. And of course, this is one of my personal favorites here, which was just this really cool ring. We just showed you that one. That sort of Art Deco style, elongated, knuckle to knuckle. That was like $59.99, something ridiculously low. But don't forget, we showed you some of the premium cherry fire opal, ladies and gentlemen, that people pay the huge buku money for. For example, this necklace here. Look at those opals. That was on clearance for about $107, which is unheard of. Just for that precious metal alone, for that silver, for $100, you stole it. Like, look at all that hardware, and then you've got some of the most premium cherry opals. So that was a great deal. That was a clearance item, though. Just keep in mind. And yeah, just kind of a quick recap there. Just want to kind of show you a couple items that I thought were really spectacular buys. Really, they all were. So. Not a bad choice to make today. I will show you the one that we did have. Folks, if you're wanting to be on the little more higher end luxury side, this one was the Luxuro. That was a little more expensive, but it's totally worth it because you're getting a lot of gold there. This is solid 14 karat gold. You've got this buckle style band. It was $999. That is the best cherry fire opal money can buy. That color commands a premium. So just kind of giving a quick recap there. And folks, I want to thank you so much for watching. We had some great studs there too. Gosh, I'm just sort of showing you the whole entire show again. That being said, we had a little bit of time to kill at the end, which we rarely have. But I want to thank all of you out there for watching. Hopefully next time when I see you, I think I'm going to be back on, I think on Wednesday afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Wednesday morning. I'll let you know via Instagram. We'll have a little blurb about it. I'm pretty sure it's like Wednesday afternoon. 2 p.m. show. I'll be back with you guys.
It says your morning.
Oh, Wednesday morning. Okay, cool. All right. So Wednesday, 9 a.m. Who's going to be on tomorrow morning?
Courtney.
Okay. She's great. She's killing it here.
She was here this morning.
Okay, cool. Yeah, love Courtney. She's a good friend. So definitely check her out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. And folks, go back and watch the show. You just joined us. Go back and check it out. Some of the best in Fire Opal. Really awesome opportunities. God bless you. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Right, nice.
Cool beans. I like that Fire Opal. That's a good looking stone.
Yeah.
I'm a big orange fan. Something about the city.